So today I'm getting ready to head out to the airport and complete what is known as a flight review. As a pilot, every 2 years you are supposed to be evaluated by a flight instructor who has a certain number of things he's supposed to look at to make sure you're still safely operating. It's not an expiration on your certificate. It's just a review to make sure that you are competent and you're still following all the rules. You're still capable of being a safe pilot. I have been actively flying, so I'm planning on going out to the airport, and Ben, who I flew the Cessna 140 with a few videos ago, and I are going to go up. And part of the requirements for this, at least a minimum of a 1-hour ground session, reviewing the regulations over general flight operation rules, Part 91, as well as a 1-hour flight, minimum of 1-hour flight, that goes over the maneuvers at the person who's giving the exams or the reviews discretion. So there's a lot of ambiguity there. When I contacted Ben to see what his schedule looked like and to get him to do a flight review with me, he sent me a great email, and there's some really good things that he has listed in here, including what are your strengths as a pilot, what do you most want to practice or improve on, and what is your aviation goals. So he really forced me to think about what can I improve on. Also in the email, he put this information as far as how to conduct an effective flight review and the advisory circular 6198 that talks about the FAA's expectations for conducting flight reviews. What's up, man? You ready to do this BFR?
Yeah.
Thank goodness for this thing. Conducting a flight review is a huge responsibility on the part of the instructor. They are taking legality and liability for sometimes individuals they don't know. So it's very important that your instructor be comfortable with beyond an hour of ground if necessary. So once Ben and I got sat down, he asked a bunch of scenario-based questions, which was really good because it allowed me to think about scenarios I had not typically been exposed to or I have not recently been exposed to. This included a cross-country flight, which we planned with multiple legs through multiple types of airspace, as well as a lot of other aspects of aviation that I just have not had a chance to interact with lately. After completing the ground portion of the BFR, it was time to load up in the aircraft and head out for the flight portion. I really like Ben's approach to a BFR, especially the flight portion. Since I am going to be flying my plane in and out of a very tight grass strip, he took me to a grass strip he had prior permission to land on up in southern Kentucky. Here we got to practice our short field, soft field, and several other landing techniques, which helped me in preparation for what I'm going to be doing in the near future.
Check, check. Loud and clear.
Music City Executive Airport. Automated weather observation 1814 Zulu. Wind 320 at 6.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember this is being recorded. I gotta say cool stuff. Music City exec traffic. Cessna 91 Alpha is departing. Runway 35 will be a northbound departure after takeoff. Music City. Alright, fuel's on both. Lights, camera, action. Airspeed's alive, engine instruments are green. Hit the nose over. And keep coming back on it.
Probably the coolest part of the entire flight review was when Ben and I began practicing the impossible turn. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it's a procedure for engine outs after departure. There is a technical way to determine when you're at a safe altitude to make a turn back to the airport. And I'm going to put a detailed video out on the impossible turn in the next few weeks or month. So make sure that you stick around if you're interested in that, because it blew me away at how effective this maneuver actually is. Normally we don't get a chance to practice this because of other traffic considerations or the fact that you just don't want to be turning around going right back to where you landed at a public airport. But this private grass runway was the perfect opportunity for me to get to explore proper procedure for executing this return to the airport.
I'm actually kind of surprised. When I've done this before, it's been no problem getting back. But I don't think we're going to make it. Yeah, we would be a little bit short today. Let's go.
I'm not going to include it in this video just because it's a tad bit tangential to a flight review, but Ben and I go into a great discussion and realize what we did wrong to cause us to come up short of the runway in this scenario. So if you're interested in all of this and the impossible turn, again, make sure to stick around. I'm going to be putting out another video on this maneuver very shortly.
Forecast held true. Clouds are breaking up. Yep. Alright. 1,000 footers are made now. A little bit of a left crosswind, I think here, or at least it's keeping me off center line. Yeah. Looking good. Beautiful. Whoa, dude, nice landing to end on. That is beautiful. Thank you. Way to go.
Completing a flight review should not have near the anxiety that a check ride does, because you have already demonstrated to the FAA that you are competent at the category, class, including limitations and privileges that you have been examined for. The flight review is more of a checkup to make sure that there's no either hazardous procedures or you're not sacrificing safety, and no bad habits have crept into your flying ability. For individuals who are not actively flying that want to get back into flying, a flight review process might take multiple flights or even multiple weeks to go through and get you up to speed to where you can operate safely in the system. Once we got back to the hangar, Ben and I did a post-flight and ground debrief. We discussed the areas in the ground that I feel like I personally needed to improve on, and I don't mind admitting that. I'll be the first to say that I don't care if it's a 20-hour pre-solo student. I feel like everyone should be able to learn from others in aviation. A good pilot is always learning. Special thanks to Ben Lehman for allowing me to video his flight review process, as well as document my journey to actively flying my Cessna 140. If you'd like to check out more of Ben's work, be sure to go over to flywithben.com.